Hello and welcome to the Virtual Groom. My name is Jack, your host, and today I'm bringing you a review of the Charcoal Goods Everyday Razor. I've been using this for quite a bit now, maybe I think about 15 shaves or so. So I've spent a good amount of time with it. I know its ins and outs for the most part anyway. This is machined out of 303 stainless steel, as far as I'm aware. It's a pretty subtle matte finish. I believe it's probably done via bead blasting. If not bead blasting, it would be tumble blasting of some sort. What do I mean? What's the difference? Bead blasting is when you're shooting these really small glass beads, very much like the carved stainless steel, versus tumble blasting, which you put separate parts in a vat of sand, and it rumbles really quickly, and it gives the razor the matte finish you see. Don't know how this is done particularly. There's no information on the website about how it's finished, but I assume it's one of those two things. Let's talk about the availability of this razor, and then we'll get into the shaving section where you see me shave with it. The availability isn't good. I can't deny that. Like, it's just not available very regularly. Your best bet to pick this up is on the BST market, Wet Shaving Enablers on Facebook, Shave Bazaar on Reddit. If you're a member of any of the kind of like big shaving forums like Shave Den, Damn Fine Shave, I imagine you'll be able to pick one up on there if you really try. It didn't take me long to grab one, to be honest. I didn't buy it directly from the website. And if you can get this new, these are $150, which I think very good value for a high quality stainless steel CNC machine razor. The only slight on this, as I said, is the availability. It's pretty poor. Like, I'm not going to deny that. They're very rarely in stock, but that is the nature of dealing with artisans, unfortunately. And he's definitely the epitome of what I would define as an artisan, you know. One guy making stuff on one machine, trying to get stuff done. Availability is scarce, to say the least, but we're going to shave with that. Let me show you what else I'm using in the shave, and then I'm actually going to skip the lathering part because you guys don't need to see that to see me talk about the razor. I'm going to be using Befana by Stearic Gold Shave. This is modeled after Naxos by Zerchov out of Italy. Honeyed tobacco, very sweet, bit of lavender running through it, quite aromatic. It's a beautiful fragrance, one of my favorite fragrances. I've already loaded up the brush. This is the Nadrageel brush by Anvil Shaving. I love this thing. Before we do that, actually, let me load a blade. I want to talk to you about one of the features I actually just like about this. So, the blade we're going to use today is a Bic Chrome Platinum, one of my favorite safety razor blades. Actually, I discovered these last year. Big reason I like them: they're smooth, they're very sharp. Ultimately, though, they don't have annoying glue dots on them, which I thoroughly dislike, as you guys know. So this is how this razor loads blades. Now, some people don't mind this. If I recall, like a razor that I had that does this was the Game Changer. You basically load a blade onto the base plate, and then you have to kind of line the top cap with the base plate in order to get it on. Now, the reason I don't like that is I actually find it quite finicky. I don't want to handle a naked blade edge in my hand. I just don't see the need. The old method was tried and true. It works. I've never seen a reason to change it, frankly. It's a bit more unique, granted. However, I just think it's a bit unnecessary. I don't want to manage a naked blade edge. Just my opinion, my preference, I guess. Yeah, let me get to lathering up. I'll lather up and I'll be back, and we'll talk about the shave of the razor. I'll see you soon. Okay, as you can see, we're all lathered up with Befana by Stearic Gold Shave. Let's actually get into the shaving. So, first thing I'd like to talk to you about is the handle design. I'm not the biggest fan, and the reason that is, one, it's very hollow, which I don't mind hollowed out handles too much, but what it does is it makes a razor that's already quite mild even milder. I think they'd have been better off not having a hollow handle here, because the razor in itself, and I'll get to the shave in a minute, is fairly mild. The overall knurling pattern of this razor, I'm also not the biggest fan of. The most notable part of knurling is this middle section, as you can see. And although it does qualify as knurling. It's not the grippiest. Something that I would say is if you're gonna have a knurling pattern like this, make it the whole length of the razor, because as you can see, there's a lot of there's a bit of space above it and quite a lot of space below it, which are completely bare and free of knurling altogether. And for me, I understand that you're going for a certain aesthetic, but the certain aesthetic shouldn't make the overall usability of the razor suffer, if you get what I mean. The head itself is fairly chunky, but that's not really a problem to me, coming from like a Karve user predominantly. I'd say it's probably a bit more low profile than the Karve if you do care about that. But overall, like as far as the balance goes, it's not the most low profile head. And frankly, it doesn't need to be. For me, it does what it needs to do. This is my first use of the Patriot base by Strike Gold Shave, and it's pretty good. Not bad at all. I didn't expect it to be bad, but yeah. Okay, let's talk about the shave now. I'm gonna lather up for this second pass, and we'll discuss the shave. The shave is what I would describe as medium mild. If you've ever used any of the Charcoal Goods systems before or razors before, I would say it's somewhere between a level 1 and a level 2. So I've used this with a slightly heavier handle, and I'd say it shaves more like the level 2 with a heavier handle, but it shaves like maybe a 1.5 with this standard hollow handle. It's efficient. And as far as blade feel, like I'm going to compare this to the Karve, because the Karve is my favorite razor. It is similar to the Karve B or C, however, I find it to be quite a lot more efficient. How long these shaves last actually blew me away. The face just stays smoother for longer when using this razor, in my opinion. And I have really noticed that in my use of it. And I'd say that's one of the biggest selling points for me. It's a long-lasting, comfortable shave. Those two things don't really come in tandem very often. I'd say he's nailed the moniker of an everyday razor. You could shave with this razor every day. However, I don't find the need to. I think it's mild enough for you to be able to use it every day, but it's also efficient enough for you to get away with every couple of days, every couple of 3 days. And I think that's pretty unique, you know. I find that a lot of razors that are mild, you start to see considerable regrowth after a few hours. With this, you don't. And for me, that is a big selling point of the actual razor. As far as blade feel goes, the blade feel is very minimal. You really don't feel much blade when using the Charcoal Goods Everyday Razor. So if blade feel isn't your thing, then absolutely look into this. Like I said, the good thing is there's blade feel, but it's also very efficient. So you've got kind of best of both worlds there. Whereas there's no blade feel on the Karve A plate, and it lacks in efficiency, in my opinion. I'd say the B and C really amp up the efficiency. But as far as like blade feel goes, you don't really start getting notable blade feel on the Karve system until SBD, in my opinion. And only gets really noticeable by SBE. With this, now I would say the Charcoal Goods Level 2 had blade feel. Not loads, by any means, but there was still some. With this, there's almost none. And I have to say, that's kind of more aligning with my preferences. I don't mind a bit of blade feel, depending on what I'm after in that shave. But I don't find it to be a necessary thing for me. Overall, the way I would describe the Charcoal Goods Everyday Razor is a good everyday razor that's both efficient and friendly to your skin. You can't really go wrong, in my opinion. Yeah, it has a few design features that I'm not the biggest fan of, but to the same degree, a razor is only as good as it shaves, and it shaves very well. So, is this the carve killer for me as far as the way it shaves? Possibly. It shaves just as well, if not a little bit better, than my favorite carve plates. So, to me, that says quite a lot. Spent a considerable amount of time with it. It's made very well. Definitely that artisanal quality you're looking for. If you're interested, I consider looking into it. I'm gonna wash off now, get into the post, and talk to you soon. Okay guys, that's we've rinsed off here. Let's get into the post shave. Post shave of the soap is actually very good. We're gonna go with the matching splash. They did change the splash formula recently. If you recall, when I used this set prior, before the reformulation, I hated this splash. The previous one was one of the worst splashes I think I've ever used. And I'm, you know, I'm generally quite honest. This feels awful already. Okay. Not that bad. Big improvement for me. The last one had loads of alum in it and it burnt the fuck out of my skin. This, much better. Beautiful scent as well. That's actually a really nice splash. Feeling on my skin is much better than before and I can't really complain. But overall, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video today. If you have a Charcoal Goods Everyday Razor, tell me what you think. Do you enjoy it? Are you looking for one? And why do you want one? Have I influenced your buying decision with this video? If not, tell me why. If I have, absolutely tell me why. Like I said, my conclusion to this is an everyday razor with the efficiency of an every 2-day, 3-day razor. It's nice to your skin. You're not going to have any problems in terms of irritation if you're shaving correctly, in my opinion, unless you have incredibly sensitive skin, where I still feel you'd be able to get away with a shave every 3 or 4 days with this thing. Very efficient, very friendly. What more do you want, apart from a different handle? But we'll go somewhere else with that. My soap today was Befana by Shea. The Patriot base is an upgrade for sure. Is it the biggest upgrade I've ever seen? No. Does it work well? The old one worked really well anyway, to be honest with you. But this is a very good soap. I highly recommend it. Mainly for the scent. The scent is out of this world. The splash, now that is the improvement. The first splash was terrible, in my opinion, as I said. That is actually really nice. It's left quite a nice feeling on my face. I can't complain. And then the black Anvil shaving Nadrageel, a brush that I'll never leave my den. I love wooden brushes, if you guys haven't noticed already. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video today. If you're new around here and haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I'd very much appreciate it. Apart from that, my name is Jack, your host from the Virtual Groom Room. Wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful day. And goodbye for now.